Okay, guys, so let's get going. I hope you have the server 2 and server 3 started and logged in. So both servers are 2 and 3 starting, and you should be seeing server 2 with server 3 already added inside the console. Is it already there or not? Yes, it is. Kinda. Okay, so go to server 2. And in server 2, if the SSMS is already open, then do you have server 3 also added already? And server 2, obviously, you have to.
No screenshot, right? No server 2, only server 2. No, I have to.
In server 2, you have server 3
Screenshot, right?
only. Okay. No, 2 and 3 both, right?
No, I have to.
Oh, okay. So, well, that's a very popular demand.
So, yes, right?
Let me think about it. I'll think about it yet. Okay, so so here, if you're already logged in, then take a screenshot. No, so 2 and 3 both are added to the console. That's your first screenshot. On server 2. So on server 2, if server 2 and server 3 both are added inside server 2, that's your first screenshot. Server 2 and 3 added to server 2. See, that was so easy and straightforward. So,
Last time we had the same situation. Why don't you click all
oh yes,
Both sides there.
How to prove?
yeah. Maybe I can support them with this.
How to prove which was the new the date?
That's on this date. That's on this page. It's from week 12.
No, you should prove the date.
Oh,
Week 2.
oh, yeah. It's week 12. You're right.
Sir?
I knew that.
Oh my. What the title?
I knew that. Okay, so screenshot number 1.
Number 1. What's the week?
All right. So it's SQL
Equal?
instance 2 and 3 added in the SSMS of server 02. Insertance. Okay, insertance. Okay, instance. Yeah, SQL instance 2 and 3 added in the SSMS of server 2. Right? Yes, sir.
So it's instance or server 2? So we name them server 2 and
SQL
That's instance.
SQL instance 2 and instance 3. Okay, let me elaborate that.
Okay. That's what I'm asking. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, so okay, so that's good, guys. And screenshot number 1 was that. So this, I'm just making sure that the two SQL instances are within the same console, because the next lab is about it needs to be in this configuration. So let's get going with our lab, and that is. Anyone looks like that? Okay, so so what we're going to talk about is replication. Yay! Okay, today's lesson. It's cute, right? Okay, so here now, what is replication, and what has this to do, or what's the difference between mirroring and replication? Then so we're going to still need then 2 servers, and after replication is done, we can go for the bigger lab, which is about failover clustering, and that's a big one. So for that, in fact, we may have to create SQL Server 3 and 4 separately. Then we're going to install Windows, and obviously we're going to install then failover clustering. Then we're going to install SQL on top of that. Huh?
Whatever you say, sir.
Okay, that. So whenever it says 2012, so in order to just remove the confusion here, it's 14 as well, right? So SQL Server 2012, 2014, the application is exactly the same there in both.
Which one? Yeah, 14 2012, which one? What edition?
Oh, it's Enterprise Edition.
So you're gonna upload a new PowerPoint? 2012, 2014.
Yeah. It's both the same. Okay, let's go ahead. So SQL Server 2012, 2014 replication uses specific terminology to describe how components interact in the replication topology. So the important terms are as follows. Now there are terms there, but let me just explain that in English first, what this is all about, and then we're going to talk about it. And I have that diagram to show that, which exactly is not I'm seeing here. So yeah, okay, and yeah, exactly that. So there's this diagram here, and let's just first discuss what is going on, what is replication basically, and then we're gonna go ahead and implement that. And I hope we get to implement that a bit sooner. So here we have SQL Server 2 and SQL Server 3, right? There's that database here, and there's a copy of that database here. Either a copy, or you can just have a totally separate independent new database here as well, right? So there's that. What happens is, whatever data is, so suppose you create a table here, or you create 2 tables or 3 tables, 4 tables, they will be replicated from this database to this database here, and whatever data you changes you make here, it will be replicated. Now this is SQL replication. First of all, it is synchronous replication. I hope everyone already knows what is synchronous replication. So anyone can tell me?
What is it? You said yeah.
Same time replication happens same time, and you're gonna see that in cloud course as well. Synchronous, asynchronous, again and again, because so that's your 5th screenshot now. And okay, so let's go over 6th screenshot now. Okay, no effect. Okay, so yeah, no cares. No. Okay, so guys, here synchronous replication happens same time. So what we're going to configure, I'm gonna obviously have to have a proof of that the replication did happen. So there are terminologies. The basic concept is the data here is replicated to a data across the LAN on the other SQL server here. That's the basic concept. But then there are many ways to do that, right? So in order to really understand then what is the replication, there are some terminologies here that we have to understand as well. There's a publisher that we will be creating here. Publisher we will be creating now, and that would be a database that is sending data to the subscriber. But what is subscriber then? Subscriber is the database that is receiving data from the publisher. So many tricky questions, or maybe a lab coming your way in final exam. I'll try to make it as brutal as possible. Oh, okay.
So it's like we have master and
Exactly. So we call it master and slave, or we can call it active and passive, or active and passive / standby. It's the same thing. Exactly.
principal.
Yeah, that was in mirroring principle.
We have publisher and subscriber.
Exactly. Well, there are some differences. We're going to talk about that too, because basic concept is, yes, it is replicating to many other subscribers there. So there's one publisher here, and subscriber is receiving a database that is receiving traffic or data, and publisher is that is sending data. And then there is distributor as well. It's like a book depot, or no, it's like a book publishing store here. So all the terminologies are for that. So there's a distributor here. So what does distributor? It makes sure that data from publisher, this guy, is being sent to the subscriber, this guy. So distributor is there to keep an eye on the publisher and the subscriber. Is the publisher sending the data, and is the subscriber receiving the data, right? So distributor's task is that the replication is going on or not. So if we go for the example in failover cluster, this is, we talked about active, we talked about passive, then we talked about witness. So the witness job is to make sure that the replication is going on between active database and passive database. And if active goes down, it's the witness that's going to wake up the passive, hey, you're on and you're active now, and all end user connections are going to that. So this is exactly that example, but in replication in SQL 2012, 2014, you just have to know the terminology that they're using here, and that is publisher sends the data, subscriber receives the data, while distributor, we're going to be creating all three now, distributor actually makes sure that the publisher is sending data to the subscriber, right? So these are some of the terminologies that we need to understand basically. And then SQL agent. So SQL agent has to be installed. Well, it is already installed. In fact, when you install a SQL instance, so agent is always installed there, but installed on all SQL servers, but by default disabled. It is disabled by default. We must enable this to make replication work. So SQL agent has to be enabled for the replication between the publisher and the subscriber to happen, and the distributor is just keeping an eye on the whole process of replication here. Now the distributor can be a third server as well. Suppose you create a remote distributor. You can have a remote distributor here as well. You can have a local distributor here as well. But distributor's task is, even if it is remote, so it is keeping an eye on the publisher, that is it sending data to the subscriber or not. So remotely it's going to do the same task, locally it's going to do the same task. So you must understand what is the task of distributor, either remotely available or locally available. And in the exam, obviously you will get a very tricky way of asking what is the job of which one. So what subscriber does, what publisher does, and what distributor does, right? And what's the difference between remote distributor and local distributor? Pretty much nothing. Local distributor is just available locally, and remote is over the WAN. They are both keeping an eye on the publisher, sending data successfully to the subscriber, right? Subscriber. Subscribe. Oh, okay, no. So, yeah.
Subscribe for my channel.
No, let's. Oh, you have a channel?
Yeah.
Okay, you subscribe to mine, I subscribe to yours, right? Yeah, okay, let's. You already subscribed?
Since you send your photo, your video.
What? You're sending photos?
Okay, let's not discuss that further. It's gonna go weird after that. So, this. Okay, so yeah, yeah. Let me just. Okay, get it out. Get it. So, okay. So if you understand this terminology here, basically, now we can go for some stuff. Now, before that, we need to know if we have the replication service available within the SQL instances, within the two SQL instances. Do we have replication service available in both SQL instances or not? We're going to check that now. So how about I give you a task? So everyone will then,
I will give you one task. You have 18 message WhatsApp.
So that's my task after 10 o'clock to listen to those. No, these are those whom I chose to ignore. Yeah. Okay. Those are all groups with jokes. I've heard those jokes several times. Okay, so here, now what we are trying to, so first task here is, I'm just going to go back to another diagram. Now we have here our environment, suppose, and the first one is server 01, and the second one is 2 and 3, right? So server 02 and server 03. Now what we need to do first is just make sure, do we have a replication service within the first instance of both SQL servers that we added. So obviously let's make it a bit more spicy. Oh, interesting, I mean.
What's spicy? You have spicy there?
No, I like mild actually. Oh, okay. So here, screenshot number 2. Oh, now they all listen to me, huh? Okay. So yeah, here, screenshot number 2 is it's actually a task. So screenshot 2, task 1 actually. So this is a new way to put it. And task 1 is that make sure that the replication folder, yellow folder, replication folder is available in both server 02 instance and what's wrong with instance spelling? Instance and server 03 instance added inside SSMS of server 02, right? So is the replication folder available in the two instances that has been added in the SSMS inside server 2, right? Do you see up and down a replication folder in both instances or not? If you do, make sure that this screenshot shows the replication folder in both instances. Just line them up in such a way that one screenshot shows replication folder inside both instances, right? It's just one screenshot where we need to see replication folder present in instance 1 of SQL Server 1, instance 1 of SQL Server 2. So did we take the screenshot? Did we understand what's the screenshot for? Oh, done. Okay. So so this means replication folder is available, right? Yeah. That is the heading. Oh yeah, you're right. Oh, I should separate the task. You're right. So okay, the heading would be, I'll just make it replication folder is available in both instances. So that would be the heading of this, in both instances. So the in bold letters, that is the actual label you can put. Replication folder is available in both instances. If you have put in that label, then let's go ahead. I hope everyone's taken the screenshot already. Let's go ahead. Any problemo anywhere? All right. So this is the label which is in bold. Okay. We name it as well? It's screenshot 2, yeah. So letters in bold are the label. Alright, so are the label. Okay, anyway, so let's go ahead guys, and we understand that we have, so you know what, I still need to confirm, do I have it too? So there's that databases, and I see replication in server 2, and then I see replication in server 3 as well. Okay, we're good. So yeah, okay, so here now we're gonna go ahead, if the replication service is available. Now second thing is, which I do not require a screenshot for, but the SQL agent should be green. Is the SQL agent, can you see the SQL agent between within the server 2 and server 3, and is it green in both? Oh, it is. See, is the SQL agent green in both?
It's white.
Okay, so as long as it's not red, it's okay.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
There's nothing inside.
Nothing inside?
No, you refresh.
So you guys go ahead and try to refresh if it turns from white to green, but as long as it's not red, we're good.
It's white still.
Even if it's white, it's okay, it's gonna work. It's white? Oh, as long as it's not red, exactly. So make sure that SQL Server is not red. Is it red? Then well, we won't be able to do the lab then. So this is not a screenshot. This is just replication lab, sir, which is okay. So replication lab, and make sure that the SQL agent is green or white but not red. Okay, that should explain that. So if it is red, then just this means that it's disabled, so enable it, guys. If it is enabled already, green or white, it's okay, right? So, and that's not a screenshot. Okay, so are we all good with that? Okay, let's go ahead, guys. So we yep, for both server 2 and 3 within server 2. So guys, I'm going to show you what I'm just looking at, or what I ask you. So here within server 2 here, I can see if I go down here to the SQL Server agent. So this is if it is not red, that's what we want, and white also works. Don't worry about that. SQL Server agent here as well, and here. If both are not red, that's all, right? So it's okay, because you did not follow the teacher, so that's why it's -2 temperature.
Minus white.
Minus white. Okay, so okay guys, let's go ahead and we try to, if our SQL agents are there and also replication folders there, we're good for the lab. And let's go ahead and try to talk about it as well. SQL Server 2012-2014 replication uses specific terminology. So publisher, we already talked about, an instance that makes data available through publication. So in last exam as well, in last course, oh no, I should not give a hint. So article, now what is article? It's a published object, can be a table, a stored procedure, a view, an index view, or a user defined function. So article is anything that you configure inside your SQL Server. The articles page of the new publication wizard is shown in the next page. If we go for that, so it says that, hey, are you publishing any article, which means are you replicating any table, right? Or view, stored procedure, index view, user defined functions. So if we talk about then publication, so publisher is instance that makes data available through publication. Now publication, a collection of articles, which is just, you have a lot of tables there, that is, they're just calling it publication, right? So when terminology comes, then the exam gets tough as well. So distributor, an instance that manages the transmission from publisher to subscriber. We just talked about that. So it distributor manages, keeps an eye on, hey, publisher, are you working fine? Yes, sir. And then subscriber, are you working fine? Are you receiving the data? Yes, sir. Exactly. So subscriber, now here manages the data transmission between publisher to subscriber. Distributor on the same LAN as the publisher is a local distributor. So then there's a definition here. What is a local distributor, right? So a local distributor is that is available in the LAN. When you're looking from behind the monitor, you're looking like this, right? That's really weird. Oh, okay. Okay. I hope your neck is okay after that. So here, subscriber, an instance that receives publication. So we understand that an agent, that's a SQL agent that I asked you that if it is not read, that's the only thing I need to know from you. A service that enables the publisher, distributor, or subscriber to perform replication tasks. So if the SQL Server agent service is disabled,
No replication.
hey, yes, exactly. So no replication. Exactly. So SQL Server agent has to be running. Now, prior to configuring replication, you must ensure that the SQL Server replication feature is installed on the instances you configure with the publisher, distributor, and subscriber. We just talked about it. We confirmed it already, right? So if we go for replication types here, then there is that replication enables SQL Server 2012-2014 to distribute and synchronize data and database objects from one database to another. So we just need to know 4 types of replication now, and which one do we use today, and which one I will give you to configure in the exam. Okay, so again, messages, please have your machines intact on the day of the exam. Please keep your machines working. Now you have like 3 weeks ago, teacher told have your machines in working conditions on the day of the exam. If they're not, then yeah, it's your fault then. So please just make sure that SSMS you can log into that and services are up, right? That's all. So I'll just send that on the board as well. Keep your machines intact there for the day of the exam, and it could be just a surprise when you see the Word file. Oh, go to the machine, create this lab, shut down the service, test this, test that, and give a screenshot of this is this area. That's it, right? So it could be. Oh, but that on that day, Einstein changed the rules. It's only you click. You click, I mark, right? It's like that. So okay guys, so let's go for snapshot. First of all, it is snapshot replication enables complete refreshes of data rather than updating the database on an incremental basis. So snapshot is what it's kind of a point in time backup there. So whatever full snapshot has been taken is also transferred to the other side, to the subscriber as well. But it just makes sure instead of incremental or whatever changes were done in the publisher being sent to subscriber, the whole snapshot, which is just the configuration at that point in time. Suppose at 6:30 you took a snapshot, whatever data was there and whatever configuration was there, the snapshot has been taken and copy that across your subscriber there on the other server. But that just means that you are expecting a lot of data if your frequency of replication is more, so you would need to have a lot of space there and a lot of bandwidth available as well. So that's full snapshot that you're replicating. That is not a very common concept among other replication topologies there. Other applications also use replication. They don't really, they save the snapshot but they don't replicate the snapshot. Well, some of them don't. So transactional replication suited for instance to instance situations that require subscriber databases to stay up to date with changes on the publishing database. So suppose you have a POS. What is POS in a market? Point of sales. Battery? Okay. Pizza is that far and still it's affecting. Okay, so here, transactional replication. So it just means that point of sale, suppose you just made a sale in Walmart in downtown, and that point of sales, just one transaction or 20 transactions were there, and as after that 1 hour no transaction there. So in Walmart we cannot imagine that. Actually it's just transaction all day going on, but wherever there's a small change, replicate that. Whenever there's no change, of course, just sit back and enjoy the show. But transactional replication, as soon as a transaction is successful, replicate that to the other to the background point of sale servers there for the Walmart or for Best Buy or for any other shop. So if they have branches across the GTA and they are making a lot of sales there, so whenever the sale happen, at that time replicate to all the databases in all the other branches as well, right? So transactional replication, if you have those point of sales or any other devices that are actually, suppose you are on the move yourself and you're click and then you're giving a receipt there, so that point of sales happening, you can send that transaction to a subscriber as well, database on the other side. If you go for peer-to-peer replication here, so enables peer nodes to read and write changes and have those changes propagate to other nodes in the replication topology. This is again we talk about synchronous replication. So if you have those peer-to-peer, you are making changes. So suppose if we create a diagram for this. So peer-to-peer would be that you have certain databases here, a lot of databases here, and there are changes between two databases. One publisher is sending to subscriber, then this publisher is also sending to this subscriber, and then there is these set of peers are then sending that replication to others as well. So these have become, so this is one group that is sending to each other, then that other group, okay, how do I create that? Okay, that's another group that got created, and they are sending whatever changes were made between them, they send it to this. So peer-to-peer normally means just one server on the internet and it's connecting to another server. Maybe you have used some software that are peer-to-peer. Any example of a peer-to-peer software that we use to download other software? Which one? BitTorrent, exactly. BitTorrent we must have used a lot, where it's peer-to-peer, which means that my machine connected here, and through BitTorrent, it is connected to a million other machines on the internet, and from somebody else's machine, we're just uploading data and downloading it to our machine, right? So this is where peer-to-peer comes as well. Now, merged replication suited for mobile and distributed server applications when data conflict is possible, and any node where data conflict is possible, and any node may issue data changes that will eventually be consistent across all nodes. So what it says here, suited for mobile and distributed server applications. So again, if you're on the move, then you can just create that replication topology between these are the servers that are in the branches, but then you're on the move as well. First you're in this point, then you're on this point, then you're in this point. Wherever you are sending changes to this, and this is sending changes to this. So you're the publisher right now, and this guy is a subscriber. At the same time, you can configure a publisher here as well. This subscriber is a publisher as well, and it's sending that information to this one, which is a subscriber. Subscriber always receives, publisher always sends. So either you're on the move or you have those databases on the branches statically available, so they can update it. If there is sales guys who are sending data, then you use the merged replication, that you will be expecting traffic from over the WAN, from the devices, from people who are on the move right now. So if we go ahead, so then it goes really in detail as well about all replications here, and that's a lot of theory, but before that, let's try to at least create a half of the lab at least, so then we can just cover the rest of that in detail, detail of the terminology that we talked about just now. Snapshot replication, and then transactional, and then there is peer-to-peer and merge replication. So there are more details here, but I'm just gonna try to come down here to the lab as well. So we should finish the lab on time. So let's have 2 SQL servers added in the GUI, done, right? Let's make sure that SQL Server agent services on automatic and is started inside SQL Server. Configuration manager, that is also confirmed that the agent service is there. Now let's create a distributor on SQL Server 01. What does that mean? Distributor keeps an eye on. So distributor will keep an eye on the publisher and the subscriber, that publisher is sending data to the subscriber, right? So let's just first create the distributor here, and then we follow that. Now these are just like the last one. I'm just going to show you the screenshots. If you already have access to that, you can see them as well. If you are behind, you can just follow those screenshots. In the screenshot, it's SQL Server 2014 configuration. I think this question was there also, that when you want to handle the services of SQL, where do you go? Configuration manager. You always go to SQL Server Configuration Manager. You don't go to services.msc. In Exchange Server, you go to services.msc, but in SQL Server, to make any changes in the services, you go for SQL Server Manager. And okay, so we're gonna go for install an install replication feature. Suppose the replication feature is not installed. What do you do? How do you install the replication feature?
Use the ISO file.
How? Oh, so I think we added already the instance this way, because when we were adding the new instance, so at that time we had to go to control panel, then go to SQL Server, and then check a feature there, right? So this could be a very interesting exercise for you, because you're like, some of you are staring at me, huh? what he's talking about. So this means, okay, good, final exam. So I'll just ask you to add a feature, that's it, right? In whatever time.
Remove application, then
Oh, yeah.
right click.
Okay, you're there. So if you don't have that feature, then you go to control panel and then you go to SQL Server, then you click the add button there, right? So and then whatever feature is missing, you can just add that. Suppose you don't have the replication feature, but we already have that. So replication is showing here and showing here as well. Now we go to server 2, we right click the replication folder and then we click configure distribution. And distribution does what? It keeps an eye on publisher and subscriber. Publisher and subscriber are doing what?
Sending and receiving.
Sending and receiving.
But one is sending, one is receiving.
Which one is sending, which one is receiving?
Sending, subscribe.
Publishing it.
Publisher is publishing the application. Okay, yes, exactly as you said as well. So publisher is sending, subscriber is receiving. So let's create that configure distribution. When we do create that, you will see that it's going to show a wizard here for distribution. Then it's going to ask, hey, which server 2 will act as its own distributor. Now you can just create a fourth server here and make this a distributor as well. Within LAN, if it is there as a distributor, it will be called local distributor. If it is across the WAN in another branch, but with site-to-site VPN, you're connected with 2 branches, and the distributor has full communication from the other branch to this publisher, it is called? Yeah, okay. So remote publisher, exactly. So, and then do you want to create a snapshot folder? Is that a question? Or okay, yeah. So, and then we're going to go for the default path. We don't really need to use the path that we created already. And then server 2 is the distribution. We're going to configure that. Configure distribution. These are just the actual options there. Then the script file properties, if you have some certain scripts there, we don't have any. And we need to reach this screen. So guys, when you reach the success screen for the distribution, we will do not click the close button when you see a success screen like these, because we need a screenshot of the successful creation of the distributor. So do not click close. If you miss it, you miss it, right? So when we reach this screen, we're going to check that. So right now what we need to do, let's go ahead to our server 2. Okay. So here, so we see replication here within server 2. So some of you have server 2 down here. So we're going for server 2 as a publisher, right? First of all, distribution and then the publisher as well. So right click on the server 2, whichever you have up or down, and click that configure distribution now. Let's do that now. I hope everyone's there. So configure distribution. Next. And then click next. And select the first option, which is already selected. Server 2 will act as its own distributor. SQL Server will create a distribution database and log, which just keeps an eye on the publisher end. So then we click next. No, please let me click next. Okay, so next here, we're just kidding. And then there is that SQL Server agent. So because the application agents that synchronize subscriptions run unattended, you should configure SQL Server agent to start automatically. For mirroring lab, I think we started the SQL Server agent. Well, we configured it to be started automatically. In one of the labs, we did that. So yes, configure the SQL Server agent service to start automatically. Well, it's going to make sure that it's done. So let's click that next. So no change here, right? Next. Snapshot folder. So it's going to create a snapshot to allow distribution and merge agents that run at subscribers to access the snapshots of their publication. So whatever you send from the publisher, the subscriber needs to have a snapshot of that as well when you do select the snapshot replication. So you must use a network path to refer to the snapshot folder. So this is snapshot folder that is there. When you do select that, hey, the subscriber needs to copy the snapshot from the publisher. So this folder, and especially this MS SQL, it should be shared. Right now it's not shared, but it should be shared when you do use the snapshot replication. So right now it's not shared, but we don't need to actually share that as well. So let's no changes here and click next. And distribution database name.
Your name.
How did you know that, man? Oh, okay, so distribution dash your first name. Actually, I was not planning that, but then thank you reminded me that we should put a name here.
Is the D capital? No. No.
No.
It looks prettier than
No.
Oh,
Too bad I already did.
okay. Oh. So there's a folder for the distribution database file, folder for the distribution database log file. So first for the database, second for the log, we get that. But I hope you've put that distribution dash your first name. If you have put that distribution dash your first name, then click next. Oh, how do you know that? Okay. So click next.
Again?
Like, are we on this page? Oh. Enable servers to use this distributor when they become publishers. So publishers have to know, hey, where's our distributor? The one that is keeping an eye on the publisher and the subscriber. So this is the one. We're okay with that. And click next. And then there is choose what happens when you click finish. It finishes, yeah. Maybe we want that. So configure distribution or generate a script file with steps to configure distribution. That's very good for later. So let's click that too. We do not need that, but it's good to put that. So it will create a script that you can run later to configure a distributor on any other server, and you don't have to go for GUI or graphical interface. You can just use this script to actually create that again next time with the selections that you have already chosen. So if the two options are selected, let's click next. And it says script file properties, so specify the properties of the script file to create at the end of the wizard. So append the new script to the existing file. Now they can just create a file there within that folder, and it will be international text, Unicode. Okay, let's click next.
No change, right?
And then it's finito, right? So let's click finish on the success screen. On the success screen. Well, if it is success, right? Okay. Hey, where does it show your database name? Seriously, that's not fair. Okay. Anyway, so if we expand that, no. So it shows there your name.
No,
Actually, it doesn't.
no, you're using the other one. Not using
Oh.
Oracle. That's why. You don't have the tab on the phone.
Oh yes, I'm using VMware Workstation. You're right, man. See? Okay, that earns you 1 minute early going home. Okay,
in addition to the already early.
which I have no idea about. But
Yeah, don't worry.
okay, guys. So take a screenshot of this screen. That will be your screenshot number 3.
What's the name?
And exactly, that's a very good question.
Distribution was the successful. Installation success.
It's not a task, so it's a distribution or distributor actually. Sorry, distributor installed successfully on server 2. So that's the label for screenshot number 3 now. Yes, sir.
Publisher, subscriber, and distributor is taking the watches or is the responsible to install.
It watches.
All of them.
Yeah.
Monitor.
See this? Watches. Oh, okay.
Just the creeper watching all of this.
Yeah. So, but if distributor is down, then what happens?
No witness.
Then you cannot, it won't be able to fail over in case the publisher is not available, right? right? It won't. So distributor normally is sending the data as well, and it keeps an eye on that as well. So okay, guys, if we have screenshot number 3 here,
What do you see? The last year?
so
Distributor is
distributor is keeping an eye on them as well. And well, if it doesn't watch, then how can it know that the publisher has stopped publication over the subscriber to the subscriber? So it has to keep a watch on that. Okay, guys, so here now we have the distributor already. So this is screenshot number 3 here. So if that is done, and you have that name showing there, your name showing there on top, so let's click the close button here. So you can see if you expand that, and then there is that distributor database that should be created. So let's just refresh that on server 2. Let's go way up there on the server 2 and refresh that. Now if you expand the database, so and the system databases, so expand the databases and the system databases, do you see this? You know, screenshot number 3 should have been this. Anyway, too late. No, it cannot be. Well, but you guys don't look that tired, so we're gonna make it till 10.
He's unconscious.
That's a good one. Okay, so but no, last week you guys were looking horrible. It was like right now. So that's good. We can survive till 10. So you have to look horrible for me to earn the sympathies, right? So if you have some extra makeup, you can use that too. Okay, horrible doesn't mean Halloweenish horrible. Okay, so okay, guys, let's go ahead and I'm gonna show you then the rest of the screenshots there that we have created the distribution database with your name there, distribution dash your first name, and this is under the system databases. So just make sure when the question comes, where does the distribution database become available? That's it, right? Where is it? So it's not under databases, it is under databases and then system databases. Remember that I reminded that. Okay, so if we go ahead, now you can see here we can expand the under server 2 because we still need to make server 2 as a publisher as well. So let's make server 2 as a publisher, and its responder would be the subscriber would be on server 3. So we're going to go first for replication. We're going to right click on the local publications on server 2 within server 2. Then we're going to select the new publication, right? Then we're going to go for the wizard, and it goes there. Now it is asking, hey, what do you want to publish? From which database you want the articles to be published? From which database the articles need to be published, right? No, this is a screenshot. It looks real, right? Okay, so yeah, these are just the screenshots. Don't worry about that, guys. They're not alive. I don't know what else to say. They're just screenshots there, and so we're gonna be exactly doing that. But guys, do you remember which database you had table inside? Actually, we can have any database selected right now, DB01 or DB02 or DB03. In fact, how about we just go for a separate database for today? We already created, I think, DB15 till now. So we can go for DB16. You two would be in the naughty list very soon.
I know, right?
Naughty list. Okay, so here, so we're going to create our own database, but we need to understand that publisher has to know which databases articles we need to publish, which databases tables you need to publish, or any other item. So we're going to first select the database, but we're going to create that first ourselves, and then inside that we're going to create a table ourselves, and then we're going to go for the publisher or publication of the database. So once you select any one database, suppose DB03, then it says that, hey, what kind of replication you want to perform on this one, and they have given all the information about the replications as well. There's a snapshot publication, there's a transactional publication, peer-to-peer publication, and merge publication. So there are 4 types here. And there could be fourth and fifth, that could be synchronous and asynchronous replication as well, right? So this is publication, that is replication. Well, I'll try to make it more spicy when this question comes. So then from DB03, it's gonna ask, hey, there are some tables there. Which table exactly you want published on the other side, right? So and then we're gonna select some table there, whichever table you have, and then you can just set the properties of the table as well. If we go further down here, there are so many properties of a table. What do you want copied? What you don't want copied here? What should be false? What should be true here? Then when you go down to filter table rows here, you can just remove, you can select that, hey, this row, this row, this row, I don't need published. Only that row, that row, that row I need to publish, right? So there, and then it comes down to snapshot agent. So obviously create a snapshot immediately and keep the snapshot available to initialize subscription. So we're going for snapshot replication right now, and it will require that snapshot agent. So obviously it's going to initiate that SQL Server agent for that. And then it's asking that which exact SQL account is going to be responsible for publication. So obviously the highest privileged account we will be choosing there. Is it SQL admin for everyone? Yes, it is. How you know that? That should be +2 temperature, right? So okay guys, and we go for then obviously the user account there, and then create the publication, or if you want to generate the script for whatever you selected in the background, you can do that too. And when it's going to create a script in this folder path, and when you reach this success window again, yeah, that would show the publication. So you're not going to click close here as well. That would be your screenshot number 3. Oh, 4. Okay, so the next success screen, do not click close, just take a screenshot of that, right? If it is success, if it is not success, then troubleshoot. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. So we're just gonna go to our server 2 here. And then we expand the replication here, and that is, there's a local publication and there's a local subscription. Either you want to receive data from the other SQL Server, or you want to send data from here to the other one. So let's right click the local publications here and go for new publication now. Let's right click the local publication and go for new publication. Once you have,
Should we create a table?
yeah. Oh, guys, how many databases do you see on the left side?
How many days are there that we? 6. Oh my, okay.
Yeah, so we have a lot of databases, right?
Database 1, we have a table there with our names.
Oh yeah, we created that on the day one. So guys, we're gonna go for DB01 that has a table there. So DB01, I think I've also created that. Let's go ahead and if you have selected the new publication wizard here, then select the data in database objects you want to replicate. Filter the published data so that subscribers receive only the data they need. After you finish the wizard, you can create subscriptions to the new publication. Next. Oh.
You have a lot.
Okay, ignore that. So, do we all have DB01, guys?
We have a lot.
But DB01 is there because I think we all created a table inside there as well. So if you have DB01, select that. Otherwise, if you don't have it, go for any other, right? So if you've selected DB01, let's click next. Okay, so there is that snapshot publication, there is transactional publication, there is peer-to-peer publication, and there is merge publication. Really? Did we not talk about that? So, but you were trying to look at me from behind that monitor screen. So, okay guys, snapshot publication, the publisher sends a snapshot, publisher is server 2, of the published data, which is your database and the table, to subscribers, at scheduled intervals. So every 1 hour, every 2 hour, every 4 hour, whichever interval you want to schedule. So the publisher sends a snapshot of the published data. So if the publisher has published 2 tables there, it will take a snapshot of that, those 2 tables. It will send that on, after 1 hour, whenever there's a schedule there. So transactional publication, we talked about that already. Actually, we're gonna just go for snapshot publication now, and let's select that snapshot publication and click next. Oh, okay.
You have no table. Oh my god, no objects for you.
Yeah, I know.
You have no table.
Yeah,
We have.
I know you don't have.
Yeah.
I create after I did.
Okay, guys. So I do not have a table. Anyone else got this error?
You want me to help you to create a table?
I already have one table.
I have a big table here.
Create.
No, I'll just create that. Oh, you have one table, right?
No, but they said you don't have.
No, I'm going to create mine. But anyone else got the table?
Yeah, I have one.
No, I meant anyone else got this error. What I wanted to ask. Instead, I asked anyone else got a table. Okay, so no one else got the error, right? Only I'm the lucky one, right? Okay, so I'm just gonna press OK here, and I'm just gonna cancel that. So guys, keep that page up. I'm gonna cancel it, but you are not going to cancel it. Only I'm canceling it because I need to create a table quickly, and then I'm gonna come back, right? So you can stay on the screen. If you cancel it, it's on your own risk. But I'm saying just stay on the screen. Let me come back, right? So we're done.
We'll leave early before you.
Not that early. What time is it, man?
Since we have the table.
7:14. All Tim Hortons are closed now. Timbits for all? You going to have Timbits for me?
Also, you saw you have a discount on the transfer. 30%. You? Me? No, not you. Me? No, you. Him?
Oh.
You can do it, sir. You
So-
bring
There's a column for that. Every student has to fill it, yes.
Yeah, 2 or 4. That's
True. Yeah. So right click, save table. Okay. So
your name, sir.
lunch.
Your VBO dot No, your name. no, the lunch table. underscore thing. Lunch table.
Okay, now I have a table. Happy publication. Okay, so I'm just gonna go for that replication. You guys are, I hope, still there, and I'm gonna go for local publication here. Right click, new publication. I'm just gonna reach. Huh? That is the data. Oh, there you go. So guys, here, if you have clicked the snapshot publication, well, you have selected that and you click next. So you should be seeing this, right? We're seeing this, right?
Yeah, we see tables.
Oh, you have multiple tables.
You see tables too. You only have one. What do you mean?
Okay, guys, expand, and there's a lunch for me, and so expand the table here, and it goes so much in depth that which exact column you want replicated, which exact column you don't want replicated. It goes down even to that. So that's very cool, right? It's not cool. Okay, so here, if I want the most important information to be replicated, that would be, did you bring lunch for me, right? So that is the most important.
We don't have that one. Which one you select?
Oh, okay. So guys, let's just select the whole table instead. And but we understand that yes, we can go in depth with what exactly we want replicated. So staying on this page, if I ask you what's the difference between mirroring and this replication, can you tell me the difference between mirroring and this replication? While in the context of whatever information you got till now, especially when you see this page.
Mirroring copying everything versus this one copying.
Exactly, you're hired. Oh, okay. So yeah. So here, bonus marks. Yeah. So mirroring is full database is mirrored. Here you go in detail, even down to the column. One column only you want to replicate out of 2000 columns. That's it. Click that, and only any information added to that or changed in that is being replicated. It goes down so in depth and granular, right? So mirroring, and so when I ask that, okay, so let me not give you ideas. Okay, yeah. Okay, guys, so not only that, but there are article properties. So this is an article, this is some item that you created there. So there's a properties on the right side as well. Let's click that article properties here, and then set properties of highlighted table article, or set properties of all table articles. So highlighted is obviously the only table that we have here. So let's click that, set properties of highlighted table article, and there you go, nothing here.
You must select an article. Come on. Sorry, this is your first time?
No, it's the second time. Oh, no, no. So here, now we have the default is based on the table name, but what I'm trying to just show here is that it is that much in depth that whatever you want replicated, exactly what features of that article or that table you want replicated, or when the table reaches there, what are the values that should be disabled, what are the values that should be enabled there, right? So whatever exactly, it is really in depth, and this is astonishingly in depth that you can just change the features or the values of whatever you want replicated and reach on the other side. So we get that, okay, there's a table here, and then if it is selected, let's click next. So it says here, filter table rows, add filters to exclude unwanted rows from published tables. Unwanted would be, suppose you don't want the name to be there, but you still want that. Did you bring lunch for me, right? So click add to begin filtering or publication. So if we click the add button here, so it says, what do you want filter out? What do you want out now? Suppose you have hundreds of tables there, hundreds of rows here. You can just select that, and whatever you select, it will not be pressed. So complete the filter statement to identify which table rows subscribers will receive, right? So select the table to filter. So whatever, so filter statement would be this. But the thing is that if you still have a second thought going on, then you come down to this and try to filter out what you don't want published.
What we are selecting here will.
Yeah, this will be. So whatever you select here, and this, so it will publish this one. It will publish this one. So see this example statements. If you click that, so enter only the conditions to be used in the filter, the select publish columns from and where part of the statement has already been supplied and cannot be modified. You can filter the publication so that all subscribers receive the same partition of the data. For example, if the customers table at all subscribers should contain only French customers, enter country region equals France. So whatever you want them to see, you can add there. Whatever you don't want them to see, do not then add it to the right side, right? So I'm just going to close that, and we don't actually have to filter that, but we know that there's that feature here. So let's click cancel out of that. You know, if there were 50 screenshots allowed, then I would have gone for, you know, screenshot of this, screenshot of that. Okay, anyway, so click, I'm just going to click cancel for that, and I'm back on this screen, right? I hope everyone's back on this screen. Yes. Okay, let's click next. And then it says here, specify when to run the snapshot agent. Subscriptions are initialized with a snapshot of publication schema and data. The snapshot agent creates the snapshot. So right now, obviously, you would want to create a snapshot of whatever article you have. Later, maybe they will add 20,000 more columns there, suppose, or 20 more columns there. So that will be replicated as well. So whatever you make changes in, you replicate that. Right now, whatever is there, 5 columns in my case, will be taken a snapshot of, and that snapshot will be sent to the subscriber, which still doesn't exist. So we're gonna collect that, and then we go for schedule the snapshot agent to run the following times, but you can schedule it as well. So right now, let's just click it, and
Next.
next. And then
What's the agent?
what's the agent? So it's 007 007 agent. Okay, so let's click the security settings here to add that SQL admin. Huh? Okay. Looks like that, but no. But you guys look fresh today. I mean, all. So let's click security settings here.
Charging.
Good. You're charging. You're charged now. What? SQL domain backslash SQL admin. SQL domain backslash SQL admin.
Net,
No, SQL admin.
you click
So only for this portion, Einstein theory does not apply. So guys, for you it is SQL admin. For me it is net admin. So if I type net admin, do not type net admin. Yes. Oh. Good. Okay. So I'm just gonna go for the password here. Small ABC capital 523. Small we're done. So SQL admin and then SQL domain backslash SQL admin for you and SQL domain backslash net admin for moi, right? Moi is me in French, I hope. Okay, so now if you have done that, then let's click next. Oh, there's no next. Just press OK. No, so specify the domain or machine account under which the snapshot agent process will run, which is okay. But connect to the publisher by impersonating the process account. So this same account can be used for the publisher to connect to the subscriber or subscriber to connect to the publisher. So the same account can be used, which is already selected here. So let's press OK here. Whoa. Okay. So once you press OK, so it should look like this, and click. There were people who were asking next.
I know, right?
I'm like, oh, okay. So let's click next because I was gonna think about screenshot, but they grab him after the class or in the break. Yeah. So next. So create the publication, generate a script. Yeah, well, if you want the script, then we can. So it's always a good idea to click that. The script then will be available in case you want to really deploy that fast. You can do that too later. So if both options are selected, click next.
publication name.
Oh, you're already there. Okay, so nothing here. Let's click next. And publication name. Oh. Okay, so publication
Name.
dash your first name. Oh, that's what you meant by publication name. Publication name.
Pub. Where is pub? Pub. Pub.
There is no pub around here.
There actually is.
There is?
Yeah, there actually is. Near the station.
Really? Near the station. Okay, not here, right?
We said here.
Yeah, like it's next room.
Here.
Like here. Okay, so let's go ahead and there's a publication dash your first name, and I hope nobody clicked the finish button. Oh. Man, so many have clicked already finish button, right? Whoa, guys.
Got the goal.
Way past bedtime. Okay, so here let's click finish. Let's click finish, and if it is success, okay, take a screenshot. Oh, there's a publication dash your first name, so it's showing there. So take that screenshot number.
11. Oh, 9. Really? I missed a lot. So we say publisher installed successfully on server.
Hey, how'd you know that? So just change the distributor to publisher. Install successfully on server 2. So that's your label, And yes, sir. It did not. Oh,
Now subscriber is
Take the time for break then.
so 728, 38, 48. Okay, 750. We meet again. Okay. And then I'll come to you. So 750 guys. So we're back from the break, and we have already taken a screenshot of our publisher installed successfully. And then we're just going to go. So this is a second success screen that we saw there that we did. Now the next one would be, let's just make sure that the subscriber, exactly. But what's the proof that publication has been successfully configured? So let's go to local. Let's expand within server 2 replication and then local publication, and then under that is the test publication. So is it there or not? Uh, so let's click the close button here, and 8 screenshots already done. Now, okay. So everyone just understands the, that's good. I have to come up with new ones now. That's already. Oh, yeah, I have to update my jokes for the next semester. So, okay, guys. So, local publications. When we expand that, so there's that publication dash your first name. I hope it is showing there.
no, since we have 6 phones.
It's like you guys are just about to throw something on me if I don't say screenshot now. So screenshot number 5.
Use this.
The guy entered. He still thinks that it is a joke. It's actually the genuine one. You got the genuine one. Screenshot number 5.
Oh, Jackie is still here.
Jackie's.
Still here. Yeah, they have an open house for technology.
Oh, he's still here.
Very
Hey, boss.
And that's and nobody.
Oh, so we need to stay here till 10 now. I cannot really grab this guy after the class now. After 10.
If you don't go home early, go to him.
Well, that's why our PCs are like this.
Even if I was thinking of letting you go. Now Jackie's here, my boss, so.
How does he know that we're
It's a
not
good
out
thing.
here?
So how long is that open house?
It's done.
It's done.
Yeah, right.
8 o'clock, it's done.
Yeah, right. Okay, so publisher showing under replication folder on server 2, obviously.
Too long.
No, that's
Why you came up with
this one, right? Label. Yeah, that's cool, man. Okay. So,
You're the only one who find it.
oh, yeah.
Make sure you get the right screenshot.
Yeah, and there were students who were thinking what is the screenshot about. So those who were doing it late, so for them it was actually explaining this screenshot needed. Other than the picture itself, they were still having questions even after seeing the picture. So, alright guys, this label still don't really explain a lot still. Okay, so we're gonna go for the next one, and that is to create. So you got the publisher or publication already. Now let's go for the subscriber, and then let's see if there is any successful replication going on between them, or what's the proof that there's a replication going on, right? So we're gonna go back here, and now we have confirmed this.
Now we should go to server 3.
Yes, exactly, and
Go to local subscription.
Shun. Yes. Okay, so and exactly that's what I'm going to show here. So there is that server 03 related subscription. Now you can still create that subscription from server 2 as well, but obviously we have to go for.
If we created on server,
No, so that's the good thing about creating that. You can initiate it from server 2 and say that I want it on server 3. Or you can go to server 3 and directly create that as well. you can do both ways, right? So there's that within server 2 you can see. Now I'm showing this next set of screenshots here, and where do you want the next screenshot to be. So we can just start from local subscription within the server 2 as well, and then the wizard starts there. Then we will go for what do you want, what publication you want to send to the subscriber, and then it goes for distribution agent location, and then server 2. So we're just still saying that this is the source is server 2, but then while staying on server 2 we're gonna tell it that your subscriber is, see this, add SQL subscriber. So within server 2 you will tell that who is the subscriber, what is the destination there, and then it say, okay, why don't you connect to that if you are able to connect to that. So we will be clicking the connect button here. We're gonna be selecting the instance there, and once we log into that, so you can see here that this destination we will have to show that there as well. If it is a subscriber will know that it is server 2, and on the server 2 we have server 3 also added there, and subscribers you just have to show that which database that the publication or publisher is publishing there. So we're gonna just explain all that, or configure all that, and then we're gonna go ahead. Once we have the database there that the subscriber needs to receive, that's it. So there will be that distribution agent security. Agent security normally is the SQL Server agent is run by a SQL Server account that is a highest privileged account, right? So we're gonna give that security here. Again, it's SQL domain / SQL admin, and then it is just saying that distribution agent security also on the other side, which account are you using. So we're just gonna say, okay, it's the same account. Then it's gonna say, do you want to run it continuously, the replication, or do you want to run it on demand? So we're gonna select it is continuously. So, and then we're gonna go for yes. Right now immediately we're gonna start that, and then create a subscription. So then there will be that success screen here. Now this is the success screen here, and it should show up there. Oh, okay, it's not, but it should show the subscriber is done. But we're gonna have a proof here. While we're gonna initiate it from within server 2, we're gonna see that it should be then landing in server 3. In our case it will be server 3. The example, what we are doing in the example, this is just see this under server 2 it is showing there in the other instance, and in server 3 also it can be shown there. So now let me just explain what this diagram is doing and what we will do different from this. Yeah, you were saying?
Should we create a new database in server 3?
No, it's going to create a copy of that.
We will create
Yeah. So okay guys, now what we need to do is, now what we did in this screenshot, what I'm showing you is 2 instances within the same physical server. That's what the screenshot is showing here. What we are doing is across the server, right? So this is a example for that. So that's why it initiated from the same server there, and we just had to give that. So you can see also that you can just create that publication between the same physical server and 2 instances as well, and this screenshot actually shows that example, right? And we can go that way as well. Now let's go ahead and go to our SQL Server here. So this is a local subscription showing there, right? So I hope everyone's on the server 2. Now within server 2 you can choose local subscription, and if I go down here further, I can see server 3 here, and under the replication here also there's a local subscription here as well. Now if I initiate from within server 2 the local subscriptions, obviously I will tell server 2, hey, there's a server 3 there and I have access to server 3 as well. So then it will just create it remotely on server 3 as well, right? Or I can just start from here, it's the same thing. So let's just check our remote connections there. So within, so see this, within server 2 where we did create the publication, let's go for local subscription as well. This means we are remotely configuring now server 3 from within server 2, right? So let's right click on the local subscription within server 2 here and click the new subscriptions now. So this is the destination we're about to tell to the source, which is the publisher. So let's click the local subscription, right click and go for new subscriptions here, and the wizard starts. I hope everyone's there. Let's click next.
Yeah.
That's the sound of excitement. Okay. Yeah. Okay guys, so there's that databases and publications. So this is the publication, your first name showing here, and let's click next. Good. And then we go for run all agents at the distributor server to push subscriptions, or run each agent as a subscriber pull subscription. Either you want the subscriber to pull the new information from the publisher, which is server 2. Server 3 can request from server 2, or server 2 can just send, which is push replication. So there's a pull replication, there's a push replication. You can configure whichever you want. As soon as there's a change, server 3 can request that information, or as soon as there's a change, server 2 can push that information. It's up to you, right?
The one with push is better.
Exactly. So we can just go for push replication, which is already selected. This option makes it easier to administer the synchronization of subscription centrally. So yes, we're gonna stick to push subscription there, and so there's no change here right now. And click next. Oh, push. Oh, that's how we push. I hope you don't pull anything. Right. So let's click next, and there it says subscriber, subscribers and subscription database. So, oh, how'd you know that? Okay, so let's click add subscriber. So once you click the add subscriber, add SQL Server subscriber or add non-SQL Server subscriber. Okay, obviously SQL Server subscriber. So if you selected that, let's click that, the first one. And are you able to connect with server 3? So, did you already connect?
Don't tell me you wanna
No screenshot. Okay, so okay, let's go ahead. And no, if we had set screenshot, I would have taken it.
No, I took a screenshot of the first week.
But
Too bad for him.
others did not. So, okay, guys. So let's click connect here. Are you able to connect? Yeah. Oh, okay. Anyway, so subscription database. Oh, that's a good question. No, we're in the process now where that was initiating a process, right? So that would have been a better. Now we're in the middle of the process, right?
No, we didn't finish it.
Yeah, so we didn't finish it. So,
Keep my post.
okay, guys. So we can.
Choose database.
Hmm?
So we can choose database or create a new.
Yes. So let's click the new database. We can just go for new, right? Everyone sees new. Okay.
New database wizard pop up.
Let's click the new database.
Two screens.
Okay, and then give.
DB01. 01.
No. The source is db01 dash your first name, right? That's your source database, right? Underscore. So db01 underscore your first name underscore subscriber. So we can just add to the name subscriber, right? Wow, what was that? Okay, so db01 underscore subscriber, just to make it different from the source one.
Publisher.
That was a long yawn. Okay, so okay, guys, and that is once we are done with that, the new database. So let's. I hope everyone's on this page.
Yeah.
Then
Screenshot.
press OK. So what?
Good one.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah, okay, anyway, so now take a screenshot of this.
What's the name? What's the name?
So subscriber database created. So just name it subscriber database created.
Server 3.
Yes, that would be good. So
Server 3.
subscriber database created
At all.
for
Instance.
server 3 on server 2.
No.
Yeah. Yeah, this is screenshot, guys. Yeah.
Technically, it's on server 3.
No, he asked if it's the last one.
Yeah.
He said, yeah. He said if it's the last
I had
screenshot.
no idea what he said, but yes. So
He said it's the last screenshot.
oh, this is not the last screenshot. Serious.
He said, yeah.
Okay. No. I said last screenshot. Oh, okay. I was just coming up with something. So, okay, guys. So if this is done, oh, we're down to 4 screenshots only now. So yeah, this is the 6th one, right? So subscriber database created for server 3 on server 2. If that is done, let's go ahead. Well, it's not done yet, obviously.
7 screenshots, right?
Right. Let's click. So it is subscribers. Choose one or more subscribers and specify each subscription database. One or more. So this means one publisher can subscribe to multiple subscribers as well. One publisher can send data to multiple subscribers as well. But right now we have just another one. So if this is selected, then click next. So yeah, it needs the highest privilege account here. So connection to distributor,
SQL.
connection to subscriber. So let's click that 4 dots here. Let's click that 4 dots, and obviously you should know what domain and what username to put there. So it will be, as soon as you click the 4 dots, this screen comes, and we already put there SQL domain /SQL
No, get that.
SQL admin. SQL admin. It is SQL admin. It is SQL admin. Ha. Okay. Anyway, so guys, make sure you do not put net admin there. Amir. Oh yeah, because my namesake Amir, he put net admin because it was namesake. It was namesakeness, if that's even a word. So okay. So here. SQL domain and SQL admin, do not put net admin. You do not have that, only I have it. So let's be sharp and just go for that username password.
SQL admin password, right?
SQL admin password. So this is your SQL admin password, and once this is created, then let's press.
Okay.
Oh, okay. I do not have an OK here.
That makes the one.
Make full screen.
Make it supreme.
Okay.
Let's say.
Oh.
I could.
Okay. Anyway, so I'll just press OK here,
Nope.
and now
Next.
your Hey, did I resume that? Did I? Oh, thank God. Okay. Okay, guys. So if that is done, let's go ahead, and it says impersonate the SQL domain SQL admin account, which is okay. Let's click next. So server 3 distributor, run continuously. What is the other option? Run on demand, and you can define a schedule here as well. So run continuously in case. So when would you use that, and when would you go for on demand? On demand is mostly when you are connected over the WAN, right? So and continuously you're within LAN and you are having a separate network. You're not using the network that everyone else is using. Maybe you have created a separate switch between the two SQL servers and separate cables coming to that, fiber optic cables, so you can run continuously without disturbing the regular network that is employees are using and applications are using. You can do that too. and otherwise run continuously. Make sure you have enough bandwidth and it is not causing bottlenecks on the network during the peak time. That would be the main thing before you click that. So blindly clicking that, and after that the whole traffic is slow and users are complaining, hey, why the network is slow? Because somebody just clicked the run continuously during the peak hours. So that is not acceptable. You have to really see that, do you have enough bandwidth available, and does it affect your peak time usage? Does it affect that peak time usage network? So for now, obviously we will be creating that run continuously here, but you should have separate switch and separate cables there for the two servers to communicate with each other as well. But obviously within that line you should have then the DNS and authentication as well. So okay guys, if this is run continuously, then click next. Once you click next here, so there is that server 3 it is asking. So if I click back here, if I once click back, this is talking about again okay, server 3. So it is asking distributor run continuously, specify the synchronization schedule for each agent, and then it is server 3 subscriber. So specify whether to initialize each subscription with a snapshot of the published data and schema. So it's just saying for both types of replications there, do you want to start it immediately or not? Yes. Okay, so are we on this screen?
Select generate.
If we select the script, it is okay. In production environment, I would definitely do that. So I could keep a script for the rainy days. Right now it's raining. So let's click that, generate a script, and click next. So it's gonna generate a script here like this, and click next. And there's that summary screen. Everyone on the summary screen? So everyone on the summary screen? So take a screenshot number 8. I just want this one. Yeah, it's 7. Yeah, take the screenshot number 7.
And then copy and 8.
Subscriber database creation summary. For server 3 and server 2. So it's a summary screen for which we are taking. So if I just show you the screenshot, this is a screenshot here. This is the summary screen showing all the selections that you have made. I hope you didn't miss that. So if you're all on this page and we got that, because we're getting that success anyway. This one I should have taken for the last few 2 as well, but it's too late for that. But this also shows me there's a distributor, there's a subscriber, and there's a publisher. So hey guys, now if the screenshot for this has been taken as a screenshot number 7, let's click. It scared me, man. Okay, so let's click finish. Yeah. Man, let's have a separate class about that. So how to okay guys, is it success? Okay, is it success? Yeah. So let's go ahead and click close, right?
The Word document?
So no screenshot?
Really? So for every breathe there is a screenshot? Okay. So let's click the close button here. And so what we need to really check that we created that for server 3 from within server 2 and refresh. Did it show up in server? Okay. So Before I even finish the sentence, you already understand what I'm asking about. So does it show up in server 3? So guys, I'm gonna go on server 2 and refresh. I'm gonna go on server 3 and refresh. And once it is refreshed, what I want to confirm is under the server 3 and then replication, when you expand that and then you go for local subscription. So is it there? So there's a no. Refresh. Anyone doesn't have it? I mean, like we're supposed to have it. Oh. Oh, okay. So no, don't see it under server 2. From server 2, we created it for server 3. So yeah, okay. So exactly. So as you said, so guys, do not look under this local subscription where we started it. We configured it from here for server 3. So obviously it is for server 3. So you go to the server 3 this same area. Do not go to server 2 this area. You go to server 3 this area. Wow, the way you're doing that, I mean, your neck will be like okay, and that's okay. Alright, guys. So here we have subscription credit there, and what is the proof that replication is healthy or successful whenever there's a change made there? So if we go for this, so guys, first of all, do you see that under server 3 local subscription? No. Refresh. No. Anyone else do not have this under server 3? Anyone else do not have it? You can raise your hand. You don't have it? Okay. 2 guys don't have under server 3. 3 guys don't have it. Oh, 3. Okay. So you can, did you refresh? So click on server 3, guys. Click on top of server 3 and then refresh like this. Well, that's the only way we refresh, right? And then go again to replication under that and go again under local subscription. Do you not see that? Okay, that's very strange. But the success was there. Oh. Okay, guys, we need to. No, success was there, right? So, guys, turn off the firewall. Turn off firewall on server 1, server 2 and 3. Turn off firewall on server 2 and 3. Make sure firewall is off on server 2 and 3. Okay. No, still the domain profile. So, okay, guys, the rest of you, I'm gonna check those machines one by one. But right click on the local subscription here. Right click. Those who see that, go ahead. Right click on local subscription. That's your screenshot number. So see this. Right click on local subscription under server 3, and do you see view synchronization status? Go there and click that view synchronization status.
No replicated transaction out of it.
Okay, so this screen should be there. I hope everyone's on this screen. Those who do see that DB03, you should be on this screen. When you right click, then went for view synchronization. So when it is done, the status what we are looking for is successful or success or succeed. Oh no, success. And then okay, so okay, I was scared. What happened? Okay.
No pause. Create submission.
No. So she said, "Sit down." Why did you get up? She just told, "Sit down." I was like, "Whoa, okay, what happened?" I was like, "Okay, the pause button." Okay, that was shocking here. And if we were here on this screen where it is, giving this status forever, so we can just click the monitor here. If you were on this screen and if you click the monitor, so it says at least that the status is okay for the publication, and then there's a subscription watch list here as well. there's one subscription and synchronization is 0. So synchronizing is 0, but did it ever synchronize? Did it initially synchronize or not? We have to check that out. You know, how do we check that it's synchronized? What is the proof?
Check the table.
Table, exactly. Did we manage to send that table from server 2 to server 3? The table, whatever the name was, is it in the database of server 3 or not? Launch in my case. Oh, cool. So this synchronization, if initially was done, right now it is not synchronizing. Why? Because we didn't put any extra table, we didn't make any change there, we're not continuously changing the publication, so that's why there is no synchronizing also, right? There is no changes there. It only synchronizes when there's a change, right? When there's no change, what does it synchronize? Yeah, continuously trying to find. If there's a change, then it synchronizes. If there's no change, then yeah, so whenever there's a change, exactly. The thing is, right now, if you see that it's not synchronizing because there's nothing to synchronize, right?
Just sitting here for 20 minutes looking at this thing.
That was very good practice, and I wanted you to be hypnotized. So, okay,
Click on server 2. There.
yeah, we can expand that,
Yeah, expand there.
and
And double click on running. No, there. Yeah, double click. You can see that he synchronized the launch.
yeah, exactly, you're right. But is the table
Yes.
there in 3?
Yes.
If the table is there in 3, that's your screenshot number 8.
No, 8.
Hey, I know counting, man. Okay,
8 is this one. No. Yeah, that's what you said.
you were supposed to get hypnotized, that's it, but not take a picture of that. Okay, so just kidding. So hypnotized, right? Okay, so okay guys, here what are we looking here, guys? See this? Where is the database that we just created from within server 2 in server 3? Do you see that database? If we go to the databases here, so there is that subscriber database showing here now that got created as a result of what we did. So is the subscriber database showing there? If you see that subscriber database is showing in server 3 as a result of the replication, if you go inside that, is there a table? So in my case, it is lunch for me is the name of that table. But do you see those? Suppose there were 3 tables or 2 tables. Do you see all those 2 or 3 tables? Or whatever you selected there to be published is supposed to be showing here now, right? So if it is there, so under server 3 in the subscriber database, you have a table. We need a screenshot number 8 for that.
Then we can go on.
So
Name.
exactly. So it is, again, let me just explain that under server 3 and under the database, which is subscriber database, this one. So under server 3, subscriber database, which is under databases, and then there's that under the tables, expand the tables, and whatever number of tables you're seeing there, take a screenshot of that. Yes, so that is good. If you see 2 tables, that is good. Take a screenshot of 2 tables. If you have 1 table, take a screenshot of 1. No, he must have selected 2. You must have selected 1 at that time. So whatever number of
You select everything.
individual one. Oh well, maybe he created 2.
There's rows inside of it.
So, but if the subscriber database has tables inside, take a screenshot. If it doesn't have a table inside, that screenshot is void. That screenshot, do not take that screenshot if you don't have a table to show there, right? And that table that you clicked during the publication wizard, only that table should be showing here, right? So, and let me explain some more. You know, so Basam is saying, yeah, okay, T, go ahead, we know that. Okay, yeah. So here, if that screenshot is there, let's just go for the label here. Label for the table.
Why do we have 9 for us?
I already uploaded the document. It said take a screenshot and upload.
Right.
Wait, you didn't say that? I heard you all the way in the back.
Okay, let me think about it. Okay.
Yeah,
So, subscriber database creation summary. So now it is subscriber database has the table. That's it. Has the table in the table which was in publisher database. Okay, that's the label here. Subscriber database has a table which was in publisher database.
Upload. Upload. Yes, sir. Replication task.
What is up?
Upload.
No, my Jackie's there, so we have to keep on going. No, he said that Jackie's here, right?
I also said he left.
No, I'll just take the first statement. That's it. So,
I don't need the slide. I already have the full mark. I can just walk out.
okay, walk out then. Go ahead. So, 9 out of 12 best labs, right? So, if this is the best lab, you might wanna really upload this one. That's a lab, yeah. No, what we upload now is a lab. Yeah, so 9 out of 12 best. So there were some labs where we had errors, and were not able to do anything. Oh, that quiz is okay. That quiz is added. No, quiz is a separate quiz. We had some labs like server one, not server one, lab 1. We could not do anything, right? Lab 2, we could not do anything. So these labs, they just are the ones that will be counted, and you will get all marks full. Anyway, this is the easiest marks that you will get. Anything? Did you upload anything there? Or you sent email for the initial one, but this one you're uploading? Last one you're... Oh yeah, I understand. Okay guys, so I was thinking, yeah, why he's blocking our way. So, okay guys, so if it is subscriber number 8, so we were able to prove that there's that so the publisher is publishing to the subscriber and distributor is there. Now the next lab is
Next week.
Next week. Yeah, upload it, please. Upload it, please. Upload it, please.
no,
Please, sir.
everyone did not say upload.
Upload.
No, not everyone did not say that.
Say upload, please.
See? No one is saying that. Okay guys, so since you're not united, so let's go. So let's go.
Let's do the lab. Let's do the lab. Still, at the beginning. Let's do it.
This lab is done. We're starting a new one.
Sir.
Okay.
Now enable the
We are done actually, but that's I'm just explaining the new lab. Okay guys, so we're going to talk about the SAN as well, and also that we need to create SQL clustering lab, right? So
Please, no. Please.
You're wasting time for that.
Please.
no, we did that lab, right?
Yeah, we did. We did the lab.
Let me see what's cooking here.
Next year, next semester, it's gonna be the same time.
Next year?
Next
Yeah, it's actually next year.
So you're not planning to actually get good marks now? So it's next year. So, okay. But yes, it is the same time. I'm only available in the same
Oh
time.
my How many courses we have?
Tell the other
cloud, right?
Thank you.
Victory. No, 2 courses.
Tell the other